Jarrett, how valuable or beneficial is it to get a game like that on tape where you can see what it looks like when you execute? Kind of go and study that.
It was a good thing. I think we came out, executed pretty well. There's obviously things that we need to clean up and fix, but going into this game, we wanted to harp on details and we wanted to harp on toughness. And I think that we got some of that done, but going back to the drawing board, we got to go check out the tape. And going into next week, we're going to have a tough task, and we're going to have to learn from what we just did out there.
And just how much of a groove did you feel like you were in? Like at the first place, big completion, you hit the next 7 touchdowns in the first half?
Yeah, I felt pretty good out there. This week, I wanted to harp on details for myself. There was a lot of things. I mean, there's a lot of teams playing a lot of drop eight, a lot of coverage versus us, and I've been getting greedy and trying to push the ball downfield, and I just need to start working completions more and more. And after the first play, we have to get back to that, and I think we did that.
Daniel, Coach Pruitt says that you're not 100% yet. Do you have a number in mind, or how close do you feel you are to your 100%?
No, sir, I don't. I'm just going to go out there and practice, give my all each and every day, but don't really have a number right now.
Did you feel any kind of side effects from the surgery thing while you were out there?
No, I felt good today. I felt good. The training really took care of me.
You've had now the perspective of watching from the sideline and being there with Henry Toto, from your vantage point. What have you seen in his development and kind of the role he's developed already?
And just eager to go out there and ball out. I've said this from the get-go since spring, since the time these young guys have came in. They're eager to go out there and play. Make plays. You saw JB out there getting 2 interceptions as soon as he got back in the LB room. So I'm really proud of the young guys, what they did today, and I'm really excited about their future.
David, the takeaways today, Coach Pruitt's really emphasizing that with you guys. How satisfying was it to get final?
Very satisfying. Just the whole team. We played as a whole unit. We forced a lot of turnovers on defense, and we didn't have one on offense. So just being able to play that way and not beating ourselves, we also the outcome of the game. And we plan on continuing that.
Jesse. Jarrett, what did you kind of see from K-Ron and Darnell, kind of new look on the right side today? It seemed to give you guys some upside, some physicality out there.
Yeah, it was a good thing. We had Wande out there too, so we had really 3 new guys to the offensive line today, and I think Brandon Kennedy did a good job just molding them into what they are and getting the calls and assignments out there. And I'm proud of the way they played today. K-Ron and Darnell, they played hard. They were running to the ball, and those are guys that we're going to have to rely on in the future, along with all the rest of them.
Jarrett, did you know that the plan was to play Brian and JT today? Is there like a satisfaction in getting such a big lead that other guys can play?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I knew that Brian and JT needed some snaps, and going into this rough schedule of the SEC, we're going to have to rely on a backup cornerback sooner or later, and that happens all the time. But going into the game, I'm happy with how they performed, and we have film to watch now of them. We've only really had the chance to watch them in practice, and now they have some game tape to study with, and we can watch it in the quarterback room.
Jarrett, did your confidence waver any after the first 2 games?
No, I wasn't raised that way. Yeah, there was definitely some trying times and tough times, but I learned more about myself in these past 2 weeks and these trying times than I ever have, and I don't think I ever really went through something like that, and I'm happy to get over the hump and start to feel like myself again.
Austin. Jarrett, I know it's easy to say, you got to roll whoever's out there, but as a quarterback, would you like to see Tennessee settle into a 5? And then specifically, Coach Pruitt talked about Darnell not having played a lot of guard in his life. What did you see out of him this week as he kind of, switched from outside to inside?
Yeah, it was tough on him all week. I mean, he took the most reps out of anybody in the offensive line room. But going into the week, of course I would like to know those 5, but we're going to need more numbers as the season goes on. We're going to need a lot of bodies. We have some older guys that are a little banged up, and the younger guys are definitely very talented, and we're going to need everybody that we can in that room. And going into this week, we knew that K-Ron and Darnell were going to get a shot, and I think they performed well out there.
Gene.
Jarrett talked about how trying these last 2 weeks have been. Just what did you learn about yourself over these past couple of months?
A lot, really. It was tough going through these past 2 weeks on these games. I mean, I've never really felt like that out there, and I needed to get back to myself. And I'm happy. I'm feeling like myself again. And going into this next week, I got a little confidence back, and I feel really good. And we're gonna have to perform really well all around next week, and we're ready to work hard.
Is there anything you do in that process? Like any way that you block stuff out, or do you go to somebody? Do you call somebody? What do you do to kind of get through, everything that you said that you felt?
Yeah, luckily I have a really, really great family and girlfriend, and my friends are excellent. And just being able to go away to them and get away from this stuff, it really helps me a lot. And it can get rough out there sometimes, but I'm happy that I have the support system that I do, and my coaches and my teammates always have my back, and I'm definitely very grateful for that.
Wes?
Jarrett, especially with Coach Pruitt, you've been a guy who you've been battling for the position for so many years when you got here and then got it. And to not have to look over your shoulder now, and for Coach Pruitt to be consistently kind of in your camp, what does that do for you as a player?
It definitely helps me. I mean, he's always encouraging me, but he's also always getting on me about certain things, and I really appreciate Coach Pruitt for that, and I think he's done a really good job with me, and I continue to ask him to keep being hard on me because I think it's going to make me a better player.
Any more questions for Jarrett? All right, Jarrett, you're good. Any more questions for Daniel?
Hey, Daniel, just knocking off the rest today, how important was that to get live action before next week?
It was good. It was good. I really wanted to go out there and get a game like behind me before I went into SEC ball games and everything like that. Because when you're playing these SEC teams, it's a whole different world. So just being able to go out here and get this rust off has really been good for me.
There were some times when the defense didn't line up right the first couple of games. Do you think you could have fixed that?
I think just coming in and getting that extra film, these guys could have cleaned that up. But just being a leader, being on the sideline, just watching it from outside in, it really did hurt. Just watching it, but I'm glad I'm back to be able to correct these young guys that are going out there and everything.
Daniel, as a leader, an older guy with so many young guys that you're having to rely on, what are you going to tell them this week about how different this next Saturday is going to be in the SEC against a rival?
I've been harping on this since they first got here. You're going to face ups and downs. You know what you got yourself into. This is the best conference in the NCAA football, so not everything's going to go your way. You just got to be resilient, and you just got to be able to adapt to situations, even if they don't go your way.
And I know there's a long season to go. Y'all had 10 more games coming in today at least. But when teams lose their first couple games, sometimes things can go the wrong way. How important was it for y'all to come out today and kind of prove to yourselves and to everybody else that you're still fighting?
Really, really important. Coach Pruitt has harped on just writing our book this season. This team writing our book, and these past 3 games, our book has already been written. So all we can do is focus on these next 9 games that we're about to go on, and yeah.
Daniel, well, it was like a minor injury for you, pretty much minor procedure.
Yes, sir.
Did it put anything in perspective for you this season? Being able to come back quickly and play.
How much I love football. Watching it from outside in, it really does suck. And I don't take this sport for granted because it can be taken from me in a second. So just being able to go out here and play with my guys that I've been grinding with all off season really means a lot to me. So I'm gonna give them my all.
Is it harder to lead when you can't be out there with your guys?
Yeah. You wish you could be out there on the field making these adjustments with them, but I'm on the sideline trying to do everything I can. As soon as they get off the field, just communicating with them, patting them on the back for the good things that they did, and just trying to cheer them up if they messed up on something. But as far as being a leader, I'm just trying to do anything I can in order to help these young guys out or older guys.
A couple more for Daniel.
How good was it to see Nigel kind of get involved and get a pick today? I know that he's been a guy who he's worked on the pass coverage part of his game. How good was it for y'all as a defense for him to kind of jump that ball and make a play?
Really good, really good. We saw that play in the film, and he's not just a guy that's in the film room all the time, a great leader, and to see something he's worked so hard for, and for him to be able to get these results that he's getting, it's really good. I'm glad to see that.
You think Banks went down a little bit too easy on that interception?
Nah, Banks is a hard runner. I'm sure he wasn't trying to avoid contact, but he did what he had to do.
You trying to convince him he's a linebacker? I know sometimes that's been a deal where he'll play linebacker, but he thinks of himself as a running back. Is it you trying to convince him he's a linebacker?
Yeah, for sure. He loves contact. We all see that. He's a great athlete. I feel like he can do both positions, but as far as being a linebacker, I love seeing him in that LB room because he brings a lot to that room, and I'm really glad to have him.
One more. Any more?
Good.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
That's it for today, guys. Thank you.